Welcome back to Real Talk with Jody. I am so glad that you are here. Last week, I told you my story, the whole thing, and the response has been incredible because so many of you recognized yourselves in it. You've been there. You know what it feels like when the ground disappears, and you know what it takes to get back up. So today, we're going to talk about something that is at the absolute core of everything I teach, everything I've built, and everything this show is about. We're talking about confidence. And I want to start by saying something that might surprise you. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's not a personality trait. It is not something some women have and some women don't. It is not luck. It is not genetics. Confidence is built brick by brick, decision by decision, day by day. And here's the other thing about confidence that nobody talks about. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. Life is going to keep changing. Things are going to keep shifting. And the women who stay confident through all of it, they're not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who learned how to move with the change instead of being crushed by it. That means every single one of you listening right now, no matter where you are, no matter what you've been through, no matter how long it's been since you felt like yourself, you can build it or rebuild it starting today. So let's get into it. What happened to our confidence? And I want you to really think about that. When did you stop believing in yourself? Because I don't think most women lose their confidence all at once. I don't think you wake up one morning and it's just gone. I think it gets worn down slowly over time by life, by hard seasons, by relationships that took more than they gave, by a world that spent years telling you to be smaller, quieter, and less. And then something big happens, a loss, a divorce, a life that looks nothing like what you planned. And suddenly you're standing in the middle of all of it asking, who am I now? Think of it this way. Life is like a river. Sometimes it's calm and you know exactly where you're going. And sometimes it takes a turn you didn't see coming and you're in the rapids trying to keep your head above water. I know that's what happened to me. I had been an entrepreneur for 40 years. 8 businesses. I had built things, fought for things, figured things out. I was not a woman without confidence. But after 35 years, when my life fell apart, I didn't recognize myself anymore. The confidence I had spent a lifetime building felt like it had just evaporated. And I think a lot of women know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was losing a job. Maybe it was your kids growing up and leaving, and suddenly you don't know who you are without that role. Maybe it was someone who spent years making you feel like you weren't enough. Maybe it was just life, one hard thing after another, until you forgot what it felt like to feel strong. Whatever it was, I want you to hear me say this clearly. You didn't lose your confidence. It didn't disappear. It got buried, and we are going to dig it back out. Here's the first thing I had to learn when my life fell apart, and it is the first thing I want to give you today. Stop fighting the change. I know that sounds counterintuitive. I have always been a fighter, but there is a difference between fighting for your future and fighting against reality. One of those things builds you. The other one drains every ounce of energy you have and leaves you exactly where you started, except exhausted. Resisting what has already happened is like trying to hold back a tidal wave with your bare hands. It just takes more out of you than it's worth. When my life fell apart, I had a choice. I could spend all of my energy fighting against the fact that everything had changed, or I could ask myself a different question. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What is on the other side of this that I can't see yet? That shift from resistance to curiosity is where confidence starts to come back. Because the moment you stop fighting what is and start asking what's possible, you take your power back. And I'll tell you what was on the other side for me. A gun range, a shooting team, 22,000 women, a life I never could have planned and never would have found if everything had stayed the same. The rapids led me somewhere I never expected, and they can do the same for you. I want to tell you what rebuilding confidence actually looked like for me, because it wasn't magic, it wasn't instant, and it wasn't easy. The first time I picked up a firearm, I was terrified. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt completely out of my element. I was 50 years old, surrounded by people who had been doing this their whole lives, and I was starting from zero. But here's what I did. I focused on what I could control. I couldn't control what had happened to my life. I couldn't control what other people thought. I couldn't control the fact that I was starting over at 50 in a world that didn't exactly roll out the welcome mat for me. But I could control whether I showed up. I can control how hard I worked. I could control my attitude and my effort and my willingness to keep going when it was hard. And I showed up every single time. And here's what I want you to understand about those early days. I celebrated every small win, every single one. The first time I hit the target, the first time I felt comfortable handling a firearm, the first time someone asked me a question and I actually knew the answer. I did not wait until I had built something big to feel proud of myself. I found something to feel proud of myself every single day. That is how confidence gets built, not in one giant leap, in 1,000 small moments where you look at yourself and say, I did that. I showed up and I'm still here. Every small win is a brick, and bricks build walls, and walls build something you can stand on. When I became a sponsored shooter on the Rudy Project shooting team, when women started reaching out asking me to teach them, something locked into place inside me that has never left. That was confidence, real confidence, the kind you build yourself, and that is the only kind that lasts. Now, I want to talk to you about something that I watched happen with thousands of women inside my range, because this is something I think about every single day. Women would come in to learn about personal safety. That's why they showed up. They wanted to feel safer. They wanted to know how to protect themselves. And yes, they learned that, absolutely. But something else happened every single time, without fail. Every woman who walked through my doors and did the work, she left standing differently. Shoulders back, head up, something in her eyes that wasn't there when she walked in. She left confident. And here's what I realized. Confidence and safety are not two separate things. They are completely connected. Here's why. Fear shrinks you. When you are living in fear of the world around you, fear of being vulnerable, fear of what might happen, you get smaller. You pull back. You stop taking up space in your own life. But when you learn to be aware of your surroundings, truly present, truly switched on, something shifts. You're not reacting to the world in a panic anymore. You're moving through it with intention. You know what to look for. You know what to do. And that awareness, that presence, gives you a sense of control that fear can never take away. Personal safety is mindfulness in action. It is being fully present in every room you walk into, aware of what's around you, grounded in your own body. And that presence doesn't just keep you safe. It makes you walk differently, talk differently, and show up differently. A confident woman is a safe woman, and a woman who feels safe becomes more confident every single time. Hey, and a real quick before we get into the practical stuff, if this conversation is resonating with you, if you're sitting there thinking, yes, this is exactly what I need, I want you to know that there is a place where we go even deeper than this podcast. It's called the Real Talk Vault. It's my private membership community where I work directly with women on exactly this: safety, confidence, rebuilding your life. Inside the vault, you get my full personal safety ebook, exclusive podcast episodes, safety guides, courses, live Q&A sessions with me, and access to our private community of women who are doing this work together. If you're ready to go beyond just listening, if you're ready to actually do the work, come join us. I'll drop the link in the show notes. Here is how you start building your confidence back right now, today. Number 1, stop fighting what has already happened. Channel the energy you've been spending on resistance into curiosity instead. Ask yourself what this season is teaching you. Ask yourself what's possible now that wasn't possible before. The river is moving. Stop trying to hold it back and start learning to navigate it. Number 2, focus on what you can control. You cannot control what happened. You cannot control what other people do or think or say. But you can control your effort, your attitude, and whether you show up. Every single day, put your energy there. That is where your power lives. Number 3, celebrate every small win. Do not wait until you have built something big to feel proud of yourself. Find something every single day. You made the call you were scared to make. You showed up when you wanted to stay home. You did the hard thing. Celebrate it. Those small wins are the bricks your confidence is built from. Don't skip them. Number 4, get your body involved. This is something I learned from firearms training, and it has changed my life. When you take a physical action, when you do something with your body that requires skill and focus and practice, it connects to your confidence in a way that nothing else does. It doesn't have to be firearms. It could be anything physical that challenges you. Get in your body. It will change your mind. Number 5, stay present. Anxiety lives in the future. Regret lives in the past. Confidence lives right here, right now. Practice being present in your body, in the room you're in the moment you're living. When you are fully present, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are someone who is awake, aware, and ready. That is confidence. That is safety. And that is power. Number 6, surround yourself with women who are building, not tearing down. The people around you matter more than you think. Find your people. Find the women who are doing hard things, who are rebuilding, who are showing up. Their energy is contagious, and so is yours. And number 7, tell yourself a different story. The story you tell yourself about yourself is everything. Stop saying, I'm not confident. I'm too old. I've missed my chance. Start saying, I'm rebuilding. I'm capable. I have done hard things before and I will do them again. Because that is the truth. And the more you say it, the more you will believe it. Here is what I want you to take away from today. Confidence is not a gift. It is something you build. One decision, one hard thing, one small win at a time. It doesn't come before the action. It comes because of it. Life is going to keep moving. Things are going to keep changing. But the woman who knows how to stop resisting, focus on what she can control, celebrate her wins, and stay present in her own life, that woman cannot be stopped. I know because I am her, and I built it at 50 years old, starting from nothing in a world that didn't want me there. If I can do it, so can you. You are not too old. You are not too far gone, and you have not missed your window. Your confidence is still there. It got buried, but it is waiting for you to come dig it out. And I'm going to be right here every week helping you do exactly that. I'm Jody. This is Real Talk, and I'll see you next week. Before I let you go, I want to tell you about something I've built specifically for women like you. It's called the Real Talk Vault. And if this episode fires you up, if you listen to these episodes and think, I need more of this, the vault is where you go next. Here is what is waiting for you inside. My complete personal safety ebook, 21 chapters, 97 pages of everything I have learned in 11 years of training 22,000 women. The stuff I wish someone had handed me when I was starting over. Exclusive podcast episodes that go deeper than anything I release publicly. Real talk for members only. Personal safety guides and checklists you can actually use in your home, in your car, in your daily life. Courses built from my years of hands-on instruction. The same knowledge I've been teaching inside my range, now available to you wherever you are. Live Q&A sessions with me directly. You bring your questions, I bring the real talk. No filters, and access to our private community, a group of women who are doing this work together, women who get it, women who are rebuilding, growing, and showing up for themselves every single day, women who will show up for you too. This is not just a membership. This is a community of women who refuse to stay down. The Real Talk Vault is open right now at a founding member rate of $39.99 a month, and I'm only accepting 50 founding members at that price. When those spots are gone, they're gone. If you are ready to go beyond just listening, if you are ready to do the work, come join us. The link is in the show notes. I would love to see you inside. Thank you so much for listening today. If this episode fired you up, share it. Send it to a woman in your life who needs to hear it. You never know whose life you might change. Leave a review, hit the subscribe button, and come find me. I'm Real Talk with Jody on Instagram and Facebook. Take care of yourself and each other.